And welcome to a quick tour of the all-new Milestone Planner timeline. I'm going to sign in and you'll notice that it's now the default page when you log in. The first feature I can't actually show you here, and that's the fact that Milestone Planner timeline is now completely written in native HTML5 and is no longer Flash. So that means if you have an Apple iPad or an Android tablet device, you can now actually use the timeline view and update the timeline using touch device right there, right on the move. So do enjoy that feature and let us know how you get on with it. We'll also work on Windows 8 devices as well. The main new visible feature of the timeline is actually slightly hidden away, but you can find it very quickly. If I hover over a milestone, you'll notice that I can actually expand it right there in the timeline. And so now that means for the first time I can actually click a milestone and add actions underneath it right there in the timeline without having to switch page or go across the activity stream. If I've finished adding the actions, then I can actually fold the milestone back up as well. There are a number of other key new features that we've added to the timeline. The first will be familiar to you if you use this feature in the Kanban or Milestones view, and that's the ability to focus by person. So if I go ahead and click on Carly here, you'll see that I now just see Carly's milestones. If I focus on Michael, I can see that he hasn't actually got any milestones in this project yet. And of course, I can actually see that when I hover over Michael as well. Similarly, I can look at my own milestones, and I can also go back and show everybody on the plan. So that will help you focus and define your plan and work out whether the deadlines are realistic. Another thing to help focus your planning and get more on the page is the ability to hide complete milestones. And again, you can also do this on the milestones page, but you can now do it on the timeline as well. So in the legend, I just click the hide button and you'll see that the completed milestones have disappeared there. If I go back to the legend and pull it back up, I can then show complete again. So there's a couple of ways of filtering and focusing what's going off on the timeline. You'll also notice that the status icons on the work streams now match the rest of Milestone Planner and show you the status. So as a milestone changes, you can see that's changing the status wheel here. So if I mark a couple of those milestones as amber, you can see that in the status wheel. There are a couple of other things. I can zoom in and out. An often requested feature has been to plan extremely long plans, and you can see if I zoom out, I get to a year's level and I can keep on going beyond. And in fact, Milestone Planner timeline will let you go right down to the decade level. So if you've got really, really long strategic plans, you can put those in Milestone Planner. Similarly, I can zoom right down to a week view here. If I've got a lot of things on the screen, I can actually drop the detail level. So the detail here, as I click that, will let me get more and more on the screen. I can drop right down to just seeing the progress bars and the milestones. So the blue represents how far through that work stream I am, and the yellow represents my next milestone. I'm going to go ahead and set us back to the full detail and zoom in to show you one last feature which has been frequently asked for and we've now added into the new timeline, and that's the ability to jump to today. So if you want to go in and add additional milestones on today, you can do that very, very quickly. There are other features that you'll find that we'll introduce in future videos, but for now we hope that you enjoy the new timeline and the increased functionality. Have some very happy and successful planning.